They'll be calling you a radical, Kevin Blanch. I want to give you an update on the Megan Rice trial. I just walked out of the courtroom right there. And the word is this. It will be February 18th at 9 o'clock. Now, did the judge make the right decision yesterday? I don't know. It was a hell of a storm is all I can say. You know, it really is. I think it's 12 degrees right here, got to 5. And I think a lot of dynamics at play, and I think if you were to talk to Megan, who's right over there in the jail, I don't know what she would say, but I think she would say, these powers there be are way stronger than all this. Works in mysterious ways. Oh boy, Pete Seeger's death yesterday morning. People were in there that had autographs of Pete Seeger with them. I mean, his people were right there in that courtroom. And I've got to tell you this, as far as the Fukushima ice wall they're announcing over there, what a joke. They've been messing around with that for 2 years. It's a dog and pony show. And as me and all the nuns, all these spiritual powerhouses I got to be with for the last few days, I went to the strongest potluck in human history. Oh, that's undebatable. Holy cow is all I could say about that potluck in there. Oh, there was enough spiritual energy, intellectual energy in that room to solve the nuclear equation easily. That could be one of the greatest gatherings of true spiritual power and intellectual power in human history, and that's no exaggeration. As the attorney got up there and he spoke, so many people, there's a couple hundred people in there. I sat with Sister McDougal from Philadelphia. You know, so many of these incredible spiritual leaders, they had nothing but love for me. You know, they were so happy to see me and everybody, and I was so happy to see them. He said, everybody who's ever been incarcerated for standing up to this lie and telling the truth, please stand up. Remember, most of these people were elderly. I think there were 4 people sitting down. It was amazing. I mean, truly amazing. I want to say this. Anybody who tells you they know, oh, is this going to be a life-ending event at Fukushima? Oh, we know, yay, nay, up, down, whatever, what's going on. They're all lying to you. This has never happened in human history. Never, never. Some woman writer was in that room, really pissed me off. All she was doing was getting autographs for her book from all these different powerhouses in that room. She started on her Helen Caldecott bullshit. I says, oh yeah, this is the greatest event right here today in the nuclear fight. Ever. Right now, right here, right now. Where's she at? Where's she at? Where's Gunderson? Where's Busby? Where's all these? Where they at? And the nun spoke up. She says, yeah, we know, Kevin, you're here. That group, that Plowshares group, by the way, in the museum, there's a cool photograph I put up, talks about Plowshares. It was put up a long time ago in a different context. That is the most authentic, pure, real anti-nuclears in history. They are so intense, so real, so unwavering, I mean, that is one amazing group of human beings is all I can say. Oh my. Wow, as I found out that Megan, a lot of it set her on this path, of course her beautiful parents and her family, Dorothy Day. One of her family members, very, very close, was at the Bikini Atolls. You know, what the surveillance group, she watched him die of animal leukemia at 42 years old. You know, I was talking to her niece and I said, that's my path. She says, yeah, I know, Kev. She says, your dad, I mean, it's inbred in us, literally, the intensity. Megan Rice knows right from wrong like no other, Due process, let's talk about due process. Let's remember, by the time she sentenced, it would be well over 9 months from the time she was found guilty. Is it cruel and unusual punishment what they're doing to her? It's absolutely cruel. Is it unusual? Not in this country. It's the norm. You know, what is she, a terrorist? They might as well stick her in Gitmo. They play this game, kick the can because of the Constitution. They shredded it, mission accomplished. There is no Constitution anymore. Due process. Let's talk about the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th Amendment. You don't even want to talk about those because you don't even know what they are. They don't care about them. They shredded them. She's an 83. We had her birthday party, by the way, out there. She'll be 84 here in a couple days. We had her birthday party there. We sang happy birthday to her. We had cake. Talk about intense in that room, in that church. I never been so emotional. I've done a lot of things in my life, and I felt a lot of strength and a lot of power in my life. And I've never been so emotional. You know, the old hardcore, great, beautiful spiritual actress gave me the ride home, put his hands on me, and said, I love you so much, Kev, what you've done, you know, and gave me a blessing for my leukemia. I mean, it was the whole time in there trying to choke back tears. In that courtroom, oh my, wow. I guarantee you the character witness got, I mean, these are some of the greatest speeches in human history were given in there. You know, I walked out to do my radio show in and out of there, so many. I'll guarantee they got to that judge. How could, I mean, he's human. It's impossible that they didn't. Someday, I think this whole dynamic, the Oak Ridge whole dynamic and the Oak Ridge lie, Y-12's cheating, violating the law. That's what they're protesting. They're violating international treaty. They're the lawbreakers. They should have been given medals for it. $53,000 restitution. The prosecutor asked for $300,000. When it was originally $2,000, they originally were going to give her 2 years in jail. And she exercised her constitutional right to plead not guilty. By pleading not guilty, this says, okay, now we're going to charge you with 7 years. That's how they play. They violate the Constitution, you know, and hopefully someday it will end up right there at Tennessee Supreme Court. Let me show you this. That's the courtroom yesterday. That's it right there. It wasn't originally a courtroom, but Knoxville's a grand place, historically. Got a hard edge to it? Oh yeah, big time. Got a lot of elements come to its head like they always have. Clear back to DeSoto. DeSoto came here in what, 1530 something? He went to Cherokee and he said, I want 40 women slaves now. I want 100 men slaves now. The elder says, he was smart enough to understand. Give me overnight, I'll have them for you. You know, we'll work through this. You know, meet us right here in the morning, I'll have them for you. Of course, they got up in the morning, the Cherokee were gone. I met a woman, she said her family had been kicked off their property, eminent domain, 3 times right here. Tennessee Valley Authority. Crutches parked right here, Charles Crutches from here. The woman feminist might, but the Manhattan Project, they gave them 2 weeks, get out by now. As I call it, the Post-Ignorance Project, my gig, the opposite of the Manhattan Project. See in Diablo Canyon, the 14th of February, on the pier. Be at the Avia Pier, not the Avalon Pier. That was a Freudian slip. That's off Catalina Island where they found the garfish. Avia Pier, San Luis Obispo, 14th, I'll be there. Our Post-Ignorance Project. All I can say is this, in conclusion to this trip, and in conclusion to this has been so intense. Talk about a PhD I got. I have never, ever, the collection of spiritual power, I mean the who's who. The State of the Union last night. What's the State of the Union? I'll tell you the State of the Union. Megan Rice. Megan Rice is the State of the Union. You might not see it now, but in the future, oh, you'll see it. This is an historical event in Americana, and it should be in Knoxville, where all these clashes come to head. This no due process, the abuse of an elderly woman, is it torture? Hell yeah, it's torture. They're torturing Megan. We'll look back. Anybody who this isn't violated in so many eyes, she didn't do anything wrong. She should have been given an award for exposing the lie of Pay the Dragon Slayer, the military, industrialized, contracted security that just robs us. We pay for nothing. Taxation without representation? Oh yeah, they weren't representing us out there. Violation of international treaty in good faith to get rid of nuclear. Y-12's making more. It's nothing but the hairspray cheaters, cheaters, cheaters against the most spiritual, righteous person on the face of the earth. Megan Rice, Greg and Michael. By the way, Greg and Michael are intense dudes. I got to hear part of their talks. Wow. Oh my. Wow. Amazing, man. These Plowshares people, amazing. Gotta say it changed me by being here these last few days. I think I'll never forget this. I never felt such power and strength by a people, by a group of people who stand for not what they have made up in their mind as being the truth. Not that they posture and groom themselves the truth. Stand up for truly what right and wrong and the truth is. Y12 is violating the law big time out there. Megan Rice called attention on a lot of demographics and exposes due process, cruel and unusual punishment, absolutely cruel. Unusual? Not in this land anymore. Stay tuned.